Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk movies, television, and wrestling. I'm, of course, Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for Friday Night SmackDown. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way. Sure, I'm to leave a like, comment, let me know your thoughts on Friday Night SmackDown. And of course, hit the subscribe button as that helps me grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into it, shall we? So, apologies if you hear the rain. It's been raining all day today, which is why we are getting this review out to you a little bit late, so I do apologize if you can hear it, but it's actually slowed down quite a bit. So I think now it's now or never, pretty much, to get this review out. So yeah, the first SmackDown post-Elimination Chamber, we had the big title match between Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes that really sent, the internet into a very divisive terms of who should win and what match we should deal with. Now, we'll go ahead and start off with that because that is the big talking point. So why wait, right? Why sit on ceremony here, Mr. Wayne? My thoughts on this is that I came around to the idea of the Fatal 4-Way. Drew versus Jacob versus Cody versus Randy. So I thought Drew would hold on, Jacob would get involved again somehow, and then at some way we would get to this Fatal 4-Way. How we would, I wouldn't. But when the rumors started coming around that it was going to be Randy versus Cody, I absolutely loved it. I thought that was, to me, the best plan to go with. Sure enough, we executed. Boom, there we go. Triple H even put the graphic up, which makes me think maybe the women's matches won't stay singles, because why haven't we posted the poster of Stephanie and Liv and Rhea versus Jade? Like, why are those posters not posted yet? I guess since Randy and Cody is going to be the main event of night one. Which, again, is nothing against Drew, right? We just did Drew versus Cody one too many times. If we hold off on this feud, or if Drew simply wins the title at WrestlePalooza, which everyone thinks he should have, then I think everyone would have been accepting this a little bit more. I get it. You wanted Cody to be in the Rumble match, and you wanted him in the Chamber match because that is a bigger buy rate. You cannot like Cody Rhodes all you want. You could think, man, he's like just way too much on the television. But he is a draw. And you do see when he did win that title, the crowd absolutely roared for him. They love him still. It's just really the internet now that really seems to really have a problem with Cody Rhodes. Which does makes me wonder if the internet, because I know the internet was pretty like coming together when Cena was truly at his peak, which is why everyone had a problem with him. And Cody Rhodes is nowhere near the problem that John Cena was, which I was a fan of John Cena. But like, I've been rewatching the Attitude Era stuff. Or I did rewatch the Attitude Era stuff when the WWE Network was out. Like when it first came out, that's like one of the first things I did, because I kept hearing about this amazingness of the Attitude Era, and I was watching those Raws, and then SmackDown came a little bit later on. And I really don't think Stone Cold Steve Austin would have been as loved as he is right now if he was in today's day and time. That boy lost that title, then chased it immediately multiple times throughout his career. And Cody Rhodes is kind of in that same boat for me. So basically what I'm trying to say is WWE made the right decision. I think this is the best case scenario. This is the best night one main event. I also love it because night one is on my actual birthday, and this is a feud that I have been wanting to see, and I hope they really dig into it. There's a lot of history there. I mean, this is arguably a match that has been building since 2008 when Legacy was created. I hope we do dig into that a little bit. It's not just about this mutual respect. Let's bring up those things. Let's bring up how bad Randy used to be. Let's get into, how Randy taught Cody to be selfish in some ways. Sami Zayn made up a bunch of good points, and I'm glad he brought it up. I was hoping he would bring it up to Cody, but he brought it up to Randy. It's like, look, Cody qualified for the Elimination Chamber the exact same way that you won the Elimination Chamber. So how are you just okay with, talking about him so greatly, and yet you're able to do something like that? Well, Sami, sometimes you got to be selfish. Now, I don't think we're going to add Sami Zayn into the triple threat, into the match. I think he is going to face Trick Williams. I think, now that the match is official, Sami needs to leave him alone in a lot of ways. And, he goes and faces Trick Williams, and we do a double turn. I prefer Sami as a babyface more than a heel. Don't get me wrong, but everything he's talking, he just comes off a little whiny in this aspect. Like this just doesn't feel like Sami. And Trick can be that pushing thing, especially with how much they're really promoting him in the media. Like, even after he talked, I don't know if it was after when the first time he talked to Cody. And I literally went, "Up, Sammy, there's the water bottles. You got to make sure you hit the water bottles, Sammy." And sure enough, he did. Then they showed Trick Williams doing media, and I'm just like, yeah, there's just something there. Like, with the talent in that match, where the whole purpose is not about who wins and loses. It's just about, okay, let's get Trick over as a babyface, and let's get Sammy over as a heel, which I don't think it's going to be that hard to do for Trick to be pushed over as a babyface. It's going to be the challenges pushing Sammy as to be a heel. The storm is starting to pick up a little bit more, so my dog is wanting some more comfort. Go ahead and say hi, buddy. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what we're going to do over there with Sammy. But yeah, leave Cody and Randy as a singles match, which I do think they're going to be, because again, the graphics up, and Triple H already posted the poster for it, even though we are having the contract signing this week. As for everything else on this SmackDown, I mean, I guess the next big thing was Jade and Rhea face-to-face. Look, I said this on Raw. I do think this is a match that could rival Cody versus Randy for the Night 1 main event. You got to get these girls on the same page, address the social media rumors, and then just move on from it. Now, behind closed doors, I'm sure they did, and they had their meeting, and now the girls are okay. I think it's a non-story at this point. I do think it was a mistake not to bring it up within the promos. Maybe that was Rhea's choice, which I would have really pushed Rhea to be like, hey, there's something we can add to here. A lot of eyes are on this due to the social media exchange. But no, we overall didn't do that, and we just talked about their bodies, which was interesting. This face-to-face, I don't think is as bad as people are saying it online. I think it's fine for what it is. I didn't necessarily love it. I'll be completely honest with you. But I also didn't hate it either. It's the first promo. We got 6 weeks. We just need to heat it up a little bit more as we go. Now, if this isn't going to main event, and it's going to be the co-main event, these girls don't need to fight for long. They can go 10 or even 15. I don't necessarily need to see a 20-plus minute match. I kind of hope we add the time length of Jade Cargill matches into the storyline, which I do think we're hinting at a little bit within the, look, my body is made to endure the pain. You can give me your best shot and I'll kick out. Which, if that comes into the play of it's all about who hits their finisher first, I'm all for it, because we do need to reestablish finishers within WWE. But, Rhea going, hey, my body's made to endure the pain, while you just made your body for aesthetic. And that was pretty good there too. But again, overall, the promo exchange didn't not work for me. I just expect to love it. I have high expectations when it comes to this feud, and this just didn't reach those expectations. Is that fair? Probably not. But hey, it is what it is. The tag team turmoil, Damian and R-Truth winning it. It's whatever. I mean, it's not going to make it to WrestleMania. I mean, if this is the only way that we can get Damian and R-Truth on the card, I assume it's going to be a multi-man. I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 tag titles are multi-people. Like Jade and Lash's title celebration. Charlotte and Alexa get the first title shot. I assume that happens on SmackDown, in which they break up. I don't know where the Bella Twins went. They came out after the Royal Rumble saying we're going for the tag titles, and then have yet to be seen on television since. And then we had Julia and Kiana James. I think maybe that's the U.S. title feud, because Julia keeps getting pinned at this point. Or maybe we get to the Io Sky, and then after that match, Io wins the title, and then Kiana jumps Julia, and then we move on from that pairing. But that pairing's not going to be around for much longer, for sure. But yeah, I think we have that tag title match, and then Alexa and Charlotte break up, and they have their match at Mania, to which the Irresistible Forces faces the Bella Twins, and then maybe Lyra and Bayley within there. The SmackDown tag division is so bare thin. You can just throw a bunch of people in there and it will be fine. I hope we don't break up the Motor City Machine Guns, although the Johnny Gargano spot really did crack me up when he said he was going to get the Thunders really getting strong, and I know it's scaring him. And he's like, I'll challenge anyone. Then Oba Femi came out. The way Johnny Gargano sold that was really, really good. I really did enjoy that quite a bit. And then as for the Raw tag titles, of course, that could probably stay one-on-one with the Vision and the Usos, and it will be just fine. But yeah, again, overall, this episode of SmackDown was fine. It was okay. Wasn't really the knock your socks off thing that you wanted. I felt like the only big moments was our main title contenders, which it should be. in a lot of ways. The U.S. title open challenge was fun as well. It was cool to see a Dr. Wagner on the show from AAA. But yeah, I mean, no way he was going to beat Carmelo Hayes. Again, we just need to get Carmelo into a story there. Danhausen's spot with The Miz was a lot of fun. He cracks me up. You Are Cursed is already super over in WWE, so there goes making me eat my comment of, oh, it's going to be a marathon, not a sprint to get Danhausen over. He's already over. The reign is getting really strong. I'm going to wrap this up. Let me know your thoughts on this week's episode of SmackDown. Comment below. Let me know. Leave a like if you made it this far with the review. I do greatly appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. And don't forget to squeeze the days, guys, because life is too short not to give you all. So squeeze every opportunity that you can. All right. I'm going to head on out. My dog is getting more scared from the rain, so I'm going to go cater to him. But until next time, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.